Who's there? Hi everybody, fellow YouTubers. It's Tony Sparrow here. We're at the Conjuring house in Harrisville, Rhode Island. This is the house that the Conjuring 1 movie was made about. A lot of phenomena has taken place at this home. And I have my team with me. I call them the A-team because they are. We have very, very experienced and knowledgeable individuals here tonight with us. Even before I introduce the lead investigator, Dan, I'd like Mike Salerno to come forward and say a prayer for the group. This is Mike Salerno. He's our spiritual guy, and he is going to start us off in a prayer.
In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti. Lord, I ask for your protection and guidance tonight during this investigation. We ask you to send Saint Michael to defend us in this battle, and I will say the Saint Michael prayer now. Sancte Micol Arcangeli, defende nos in prelio, contra nequentium et insidious diaboli, estos presidium. In peritili Deus sublices te decarmor, tu quae princeps militiae celestes, Santanum aliosque spiritus malignos, qui apergit sodium aramatum, peverigantur in mundo, divina virtute, in infernum de trute. Amen.
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 In nomine Patris et Filii Spiritus Sancti.
Okay, I want to introduce you to our first lead investigator, Dan Rivera. Dan, just say a few words.
Hey, how you doing, guys? We're here in Harrisville home. We're here to investigate to see what's going on here. Like Tony said, I'm the senior lead investigator of NESPR, founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. I appreciate Tony having me as his lead investigator, and we have a great group of guys here that are part of our team. We can move it on.
Yeah, we're going to, next is Chris Galoran. Come on up, Chris. Chris Galoran. Just tell a little about yourself, Chris.
How you doing? I'm Chris. I've been with NESPR for about 10 years now. That's all I can say about myself. I'm ready to get started with the investigation here, so I'm not going to hold up our time.
Okay, next would be Rick Clark. Rick, come on up. Tell him how you
Hi,
feel.
I'm Rick Clark, and I've worked with Ed and Lorraine Warren. Gosh, I've been with them for about 25, almost 30 years now. I'm feeling old, but
I met Rick back in, what, 95,
92,
6?
93.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a blur.
Yeah, and he's done many, many investigations with Ed and with Lorraine, with
Yeah.
myself. Jimmy, come on up. Jimmy Petnito, who's he has his own little web page
Hey.
called what? Jimmy Haunted or something?
MrHaunted.com, and me and Rick started the same time as what, 1991 or 1992.
Yeah, so they're both guys here tonight that worked hand in hand with Ed, with Lorraine, with myself. Went on a lot of cases, a lot of cases, learned a lot. And that's why I have them on my team, because I consider them part of the A-team.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Tim Dalton. Tim.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm Tim Dalton. I'm with NESPR for about 3 years.
Okay.
I love everyone here that I work with. We've gotten such great evidence even before just trying out some of the equipment, and we're going to get a lot more. So please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much.
Right. Now, I may be going on and off live for a while just for you folks out there, because sometimes we have to set up equipment and get ready for the next room or whatever. I'm going to stay live as long as I can, as long as the battery goes. Next would be Eric Vitale. Eric, come on up. You may remember Eric's mug from Ghost Loop.
What's up, guys? My name's Eric Vitale. I've been with the team about a year now. Been investigating the paranormal for about 8 years. We've been here for a couple hours, and we're just really looking forward to getting some evidence for you guys. Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome. And we got Mike Salerno. Mike, come on up. He was the spiritual guy. Mike?
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Salerno. I've been working in the paranormal for about 10 years. I am a Catholic demonologist, and I've modeled myself after how Ed would conduct himself in investigations. I was lucky enough to actually work with Lorraine a couple times. I'm one of the newest members to NESPR, and happy to be here. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Eric, this is Eric Morin.
How you doing? I want to hold you up. It's a pretty exciting night. I already came in and got some evidence and different things. So I'm closely associated with Mike Salerno. I'm a new member. Like I said, I won't hold you guys up and continue on.
And our newest member, Brian, come on over here, Brian McCauley. I like to mix the Italian with the Irish. So it's an Irish mob, Italian mob.
I'm Italian too. Hey
He's
guys,
Italian too.
a little bit.
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
Can't get along with yourself.
Makes
So,
it even better. So go ahead, Brian.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian McCauley. I'm a new member of Nesper, and I'm just honored and blessed and humbled to be part of the Warren legacy, and I'm looking forward to tonight's investigation.
Very good. Thank you very much, Brian. I think I got everybody, right? So
Yourself?
I didn't do myself yet, but hey, everybody knows who I am. I'm the lead guy. I'm Tony. So, I don't even know how to switch the camera.
Trying to switch the camera.
Here, you want to just
Yeah,
say.
Say a couple words, Tony.
Yeah, so we're here tonight because we feel that there's still phenomena to be gathered here. Simply because when Ed and Lorraine were here, as you probably have heard, they were actually told to leave. Back in 1973, they were told to leave the house for a disagreement that Ed had with Roger Perrin. And they didn't really complete their investigation. We're here all these years later for a few reasons. Number one is that we want to honor Ed and Lorraine's legacy by going back to one of the places, more famous places that they've been to, the Harrisville, Rhode Island house. And Ed used to refer to this when we used to go on lectures together and cases together. He'd always stop at one point and say, you know what would make a great movie? And I would say to Ed, no, what? What would make a good movie, Ed? And he'd say, The Bewitched Farmhouse. And I would say, what do you mean, The Bewitched Farmhouse? And he would say, The Bewitched Farmhouse in Rhode Island, you know, the Lady Perrin case. I said, oh yeah, the farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island. And I only been here once before. And it wasn't with Ed and Lorraine because I didn't know them in '73. I was here once before for the Travel Channel. But now I'm here with the whole team. And we're going to try our darndest to gather some information, gather some evidence that there is still something here. Now Dan, who's holding the camera, and you met earlier, and Eric, we're here in February to do like a preliminary investigation, and they had phenomena occur to them. Dan was in the seance room with Eric. What time was it? About 3 in the morning?
Three o'clock in the morning.
And they threw Dan, just as almost like a joke, threw a ping pong ball into the other room. And it wasn't seconds later, it was minutes later, the ball flew back into the room. It was thrown back by an unseen force. And didn't you say some shivering of the table too, Eric?
Yeah, the floor shook. You heard the doorknob was rattling. Sounded like someone actually cracked a whip on the floor. Got pretty active.
Pretty active, yeah. So now I hope you guys can hear. I got the good microphone, but I just have it sitting on a table. So I hope you can hear. And that's another reason why I might have to stop from time to time to either charge the phone up or to readjust things. But for now, I think what we want to do is probably walk through the house, Dan. We'll walk through the house.
Around the house and
And let's just see we'll show them really good what the house looks like. So it's an old house. What is it about? It's 1800s, right?
later than that, I think it's
No, earlier than that. It was
1600s.
Watch out for it. Oh yeah, you can put that nice light on, Dan. Yeah, now I can't see anything, guys. So, and now my wrinkles are really showing, but that's okay. This is the this is like a little hallway area that leads into the seance room here. So I can see the wood floors are original, and I'd say they're from the 1800s. This is really an old house and old beams. See the old beams up there? Dan, you can point up to the beams too. And now this is the actual room that the seance was held with Ed Warren, Lorraine Warren, Roger Perrin, Carolyn Perrin. And that's when things got so frightening for Roger, because the way his wife Carolyn was acting, that he threw Ed and Lorraine out of the house. Not bodily, but he told them, get out and don't come back. Now Ed would not defy something like that. If a homeowner doesn't want you there, he doesn't want you there, and you leave, you know. So that was in 1973. So how many years ago was that, guys? 47 years. 40, almost my age, 40, right? 47. I hate to,
This is the room where Carolyn got
yeah.
thrown back from her chair.
She got thrown back from her chair in this room, And I believe it was this room because that's the fireplace where she would be sitting here reading a book, and she had the fireplace going, right? And as the fireplace was going nicely, she described two like light rods, two beams of light that came down, struck the fire and put out the fire. We call those psychic light rods. And that really frightened her. And she would lock some of these doors shut. She would take those stoppers, put it under. She would chain the thing shut, then the door would fly open. And even though it's an old house, as you know by looking at it, there's not that kind of a draft that could do something like that, that could open that door. She did it multiple times. One time she's sitting at a chair here. She said, I wanted to have an orange. So she took an orange. She started to cut the orange open with a knife, with a kitchen knife. And as she did that, blood started to ooze out of the orange, red, rich blood. And the way she described it, it dripped, kept dripping onto her foot. Which, that was, I don't know about you, even after all the years investigating, I'd be kind of scared that real blood was coming out of an orange. And why is that? Why does that stuff like that happen? And you might ask that question, why would things like that occur? Just to scare the homeowner, just to frighten them so they'll either leave or will have no more faith in God. A lot of times the devil will do things like that to test a person's faith. Now, if you're a very strong, faithful person, you believe heavily in God, the first thing you would ask, why is that happening to me? Why am I being tormented? Why am I being haunted? Why am I so scared in this house? I didn't do anything to anybody. How come God's not protecting me? The devil does these things because it wants to test your faith in God and maybe have you no longer believe in God. Let's go to the next room here. I don't know how eventful things happen in this house, but in this room, but I guess was this like the dining area or was the one we came from the dining area? I'm not even sure, Dan.
Well,
I think this was.
that's the dining area in the other room also.
So what is this? This is like
Is
another.
this the seance room? I don't remember. Or is it...
I thought that was a seance room.
Okay.
This room here is a seance room. So there's also upstairs. Can we go upstairs too?
Yeah.
Let's go upstairs.
Walk around wherever you want to go, son.
And over here,
This is upstairs.
this is the exercise room, I guess, that they have now.
Yeah.
This might have been like a holding room for, they had 5 children, This might have been the holding room for the, not holding room, but a room where the kids would gather
Right.
and things like that. Maybe they take off their boots and stuff in the wintertime. This is in a remote location. This is not city. This is not a city-like atmosphere. You're out in the rural area. From the main highway, it took 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah, I just want to make one thing clear.
Go ahead, Dan.
In the other room, there's a couple of Raggedy Ann dolls. Those dolls, neither one is Annabelle.
Oh yeah, let's go look at them again, Dan. I'll go point that out. Yeah, those are just representations of Annabelle. These are not the real. She wears almost the same kind of clothing, though, Dan. This one, but see, she's smaller than the real Annabelle, and her eyes are
That's
much.
almost like the one I got.
Her eyes are different
Yeah.
too. So it's something where evil can attach itself to. People always ask that question too: can evil really attach itself to something? If it wants to, it can. Remember, the demonic doesn't have to use the laws of physics like we use the laws of physics or the laws of nature. It's above and beyond that. It can do things that we can't do. It could attach itself through evilness, through vibrations, through incantations done over it, and infused with evil. Like you see this cross that I'm wearing, Dan, and many of the guys have on tonight. This crucifix was Ed Warren's. Ed Warren wore this crucifix when he went into a haunted house, and my wife just put a different chain on it because it was too short. But this is the actual blessed crucifix that Ed Warren wore. And as you can see, most of the guys, like Mike has one on, Dan has one on. Why do we have this on? Because the demonic doesn't like holy objects, number one. And this is blessed. So this is like part of our suit of armor. Part of our suit of armor when we say prayers in the name of God, just like when you cast out a demon and you cast it out in God's name, the evil one. So this is the opposite of an Annabelle doll. An Annabelle doll or an object can be infused with evil. When a priest blesses this, when a priest uses his power, his authority given to him through God, as an ordained member of the clergy, he's infusing this with goodness, with holiness, with piousness. But someone who's into Satanism or witchcraft can be trying to do the opposite, anything the opposite of good. Remember, there's good and evil in everything. Everything has a balance to it. So people will say, why don't just God snuff this out? Why don't God just not allow that to happen? Well, God gave us free will, number one. So he'll allow you to worship the demonic. He'll allow you to do incantations. But what happens after that, that's a consequence. It's a consequence that can happen to someone who dabbles in the occult. So that's why we always say don't do that, because God gave you free will to do whatever you want. You don't want to pray to him, don't. You want to pray to a devil? Go ahead. But get ready to suffer the consequences of it too. Let's try the upstairs. Yeah, let's try the upstairs, Dan.
All right, so now we're heading upstairs to the second level.
Are you still getting comments and stuff?
Yeah,
We're still live?
come through.
Okay.
We'll go to the second level. These are the bedrooms of the girls that live in this house.
Okay, this is a stairway, and it really turns like a 180. It's very narrow. Come on up, Dan. Careful. Oh yeah.
So I believe this room was Andrea's room.
Andrea's room. Andrea being the oldest, and she wrote a book. Andrea wrote 3 volumes. I mean, and they're big. House of Darkness, House of Light. If you want to know the nuances, or you want to know really what happened in this home to these people, this family, this parent family, a very nice family. Roger's a nice guy. I met Carolyn. She's a wonderful lady. I met Andrea and her sisters, and they're all wonderful people. They don't make up stories. They're credible. And Andrea, she has the eloquence of the gift of writing, so she knew how to write a really compelling story. And she wrote 3 volumes, and I have 2 of them. House of Darkness, House of Light. Fabulous. You should read them if you want to get the nuances of exactly what happened in the house. You think this is Andrea's room?
Yeah.
She'll correct us if we're wrong. I know that, but it's a nice little room. Not very high ceiling. And over here, follow me, Dan. This is a nice room here, too. This one, whose room you think this was, Dan?
I think these were her sisters. I don't remember their names. But,
Yeah, there was
I believe
several
one of
sisters.
the sisters used to hide in that closet at night, right there, fearful for what was in this house. And,
Remember in the movie, like there's a shadow
right.
near the closet. Remember the movie's based on fact, a true story. But remember that Hollywood also takes a lot of dramatic license. They want to make an entertainment movie. They don't want to make a documentary. So they'll make it more scary to the viewer's eye. But to the person experiencing it, like the sisters or Andrea or Carolyn, it's frightening enough to see a black mass near the closet or something hovering over your bed, like what happened to Carolyn, where she would see this hag-like figure hovering over her bed, and it looks like the head was detached from the rest of the body. And then Carolyn also heard this voice in verse say to her, I will drive you out with fiery brooms. I will drive you mad with death and gloom. She would hear that. That was part of the verse that she remembered, Carolyn, the mother. So over here is another bedroom. It's a 14-room house, guys. It's actually beautiful, because I love old farmhouses. Right here, Dan. See if you can get some light in here. House of Darkness, House of Light, right?
That's right.
What kind of comments are we getting from our wonderful YouTubers?
People were questioning what were the Ouija boards doing on the fireplace.
Yeah,
downstairs.
I knew they would do that. Remember, I don't own this house. Gentleman by the name of Corey owns the house. So he has people come in here to investigate, and they pay a fee to come in. And he dresses it up the way he sees fit. I can't tell him not to do it. but those Ouija boards are placed here. He has a homemade Ouija board too. We're not going to ever use them because we don't communicate with spirits in that fashion. And this is the room with the slanted corners and everything in it. It's very nice. So this house right now, as I'm walking through, I'm not feeling a lot of tension or anything. You guys feeling anything yet?
Feel anything?
And remember though, I'm not psychic. Now Lorraine, when she would walk through this house, she felt things. When she walked to the top of those stairs that we just did
Right.
moments ago, she said she felt an entity, something very dark, there at the top of top of the stairs. This is back in '73. Come on through here.
Tony, you want to go back in there? You can go down the stairs over here.
Let's go down the stairs this way then.
Just be careful going down the stairs. Those are a little bit steeper.
Okay.
Here, I'll put some light on for you.
Yeah, please, Eric. Thank you. So guys, this is a walkthrough. We're doing a walkthrough right now.
Still early.
Of this, but we're going to be doing a lot of evidence gathering as far as equipment, as far as photographs, video, as far as what we feel in the house. How you investigate a house, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you would call a cursory investigation. What do I mean when I say a cursory investigation? It's a quick, short investigation because something may not happen in this house for days and days on end. So we could leave this house if we weren't experienced enough and say to ourselves, oh, there's nothing here. That's not true. Because the demonic, if it's demonic, doesn't want you here anyway. So if it hides itself for a day or two and the team gets bored, gets like, well, there's nothing here, why are we even here? This is not true, this is bogus, and they leave, then the family gets no help. So that's why when you go into a haunted location, sometimes you have to use what we call religious provocation. And Ed used to use that a lot because a lot of times the spirit will hide to leave so they can cause their havoc again. They don't want us to help. They don't want us to call in the clergy. I'm talking about the demonic entities, if they're demonic. So patience is a virtue in this regard. We're going to be here overnight. Something could happen. We could be touched. We could see something. We could hear something. Something could fall off a shelf. We don't know yet. Or nothing could happen. That's the key. A lot of times nothing will happen, and that'll prompt amateur people to just say, well, there's nothing here. Nothing happened while I was here, so nothing's there. Just like in Amityville, when a new family moved in, and I'd hear it all the time, well, hey, a new family moved in. They said they don't have any haunting phenomena whatsoever. So the first family must have been lying. That's a hoax. That's not true. That's not true. First of all, a lot of times it's the family that causes the haunting by their aura around their bodies. So their physical glow, their physical supernatural glow will attract evil to it, depending on the kind of aura that it is. So in other words, I can go into a house, nothing happens. The guy behind me can walk into the house and he's tormented by something. So that's the walkthrough.
Oh no, we got the basement
Oh, we got the basement. Oh,
right there.
the basement is creepy, guys.
Be careful
I
going
forgot
down
about the
stairs
basement.
right
The basement is bad. This
here.
is,
Flashlight to-
yeah, please,
put on
Dan,
it.
please. The basement, guys, this is where you could find phenomena happening because a lot of times they start in the lower areas of a house. The downstairs basement area. This is a creepy. Dan, watch your step here.
Yeah, got it.
Look at this. You got the light on and everything?
You're good.
This, I don't know if I'd even want to stay here alone though, at night, myself, because this is really creepy down here. This is really, watch when we get down to this section here.
There's a lag actually. We're getting down here.
There's a what?
A little lag on the Wi-Fi, but.
But can, we still being
Yeah, we're
recording
still-
though?
we're still recording.
Look at down here, guys. Show down there, Dan. It's all brick. It's all brick and it's all closed in and it's all dark. And that's what causes phenomena.
Right.
Darkness.
Now, back here, like I said, this was originally a farmhouse.
Right?
Possibly there could have been servants, slaves that actually lived on this property, lived in these corridors here, in these rooms here.
Yep.
Which is strange and odd that, you know, there were rooms, like bedrooms down here. And here's another one.
What's in here, Dan? Let's shine it in. It's just a room, right?
Yeah,
And
I
all
think
of
down
it's-
here is a well down here.
Yeah?
There is a well in the
Oh, yeah, I think somebody pointed that. I think it's in here. Let's go in this room, Dan. Watch you step over here. Look at this. See, now here's a homemade, like, Ouija board or something this gentleman made
Right.
up.
Somebody made a Ouija board.
Yeah,
just
it's something that
upstairs.
we wouldn't deal with. Over here, though, I saw that Eric Vitale pointed this out to me. Can you get to that there?
Yeah.
It's like drawings, and one of the drawings, look, but they were here, I
Like a
think.
witch, like somebody.
How many years do you think, Eric, these,
I think the Perrin girls actually found that, so this was here before the
before they
Perrins,
moved
yeah.
in?
Oh, that's weird.
That is unbelievable.
Which means other people were seeing that entity before they moved in.
And this is the well, you think? This was
This
under
right
this,
here is the
under this
well.
stone?
Yeah.
Boy, this is a really well-built house. Though. Look at that stone. All the stone they use for the foundation.
Yeah.
This isn't going anywhere. This isn't going anywhere at all. Dan, let's get another shot of the guys too while we're at it. Give them a little camera time.
Yeah, that was
Screw this, it's nothing. Yeah, and there's a door here, Dan. Where's that lead to?
I believe that leads to outside. Well, actually, no, that goes back upstairs. This
That
is
door?
Another, I believe. Let me see
Let's
something.
see.
No, that's leads outside. Yeah, this leads out.
It does?
Yeah. This is not
No.
the hidden basement like you see in the movies.
No, I know. I know. Look at all the wiring. A lot of work needs to be done here, though. Here's some stairs, but I think this door is locked. Yes. Yes. What do you got? Come in here, Dan. Let's see the well. Yeah.
I think we're connected.
Are we connected again,
Yeah, we're
Dan? Does it
connected
look
again.
like that we're online again?
Yeah, we're
Sorry, guys. This is a remote area. And the basement area, of course, is so well sealed up that we're going to lose Wi-Fi signal, but we're going to come back upstairs anyway. Take a good picture of all this stuff, Dan, so people can see exactly what this house consists of. All the piping and the wiring and the old furnace, which is really, really old. Somebody had a cat or has a cat. Okay, Dan. Guys, YouTubers, I hope you're enjoying this. I know,
There's a snake skin.
I know another group, a skin. Let's see. Where?
I think that's Corey.
I think Eric's afraid of snakes, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. They're all snakes.
Where's the snake skin?
Right there.
Oh yeah, it's a dead snake skin. Yeah. Well, it's a skin. Okay, let's go through here.
I wonder where the snake belongs.
You want to follow me up, Dan? Okay. Oh, why don't we show them some equipment, Dan, that we got too?
All right.
What is this here, Dan?
That's an SLS.
What's
Right
it do?
there, That's where you can detect if there's a spirit in the room, other than the person that's in front of the camera will appear as like a stick figure.
Oh, like the stick. What do you call that? Beside a Connect system?
It's a Connect system. They call it the SLS.
Over here, Dan, why don't you show them the monitors? These are monitors.
So these are the monitors that we have covered in every room. So I want you guys to be able to see it.
Where's Tim Dalton? Where did Tim disappear to?
I don't know.
I want them to show the DR60, but, well, you know what? I think we should just sign off for now. We're gonna sign off for now, Dan, so I can recharge the phone a little bit. Guys, I'm gonna come back probably live again later on tonight. I wanted to walk through the house with you, and show you the actual farmhouse from the 1800s, I believe. I wish I could get the right year. I didn't look that up before I came. But let me tell you, it's off the beaten path. It took, from my house in Connecticut, it took me almost 3 hours to get here in Rhode Island. Normally it'd be a quicker ride, but it was raining out today, and it was add to the spook factor, I guess, when we got here. But for now, I think I'd like to sign off. We can connect some of our systems up some more of them, try to gather some evidence, and if we think that it's the right time, that we'll go back live with you guys. We're going to be here all night, so we may go live from time to time throughout the night. Till then, Dan, why don't we hit the stop button? Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.